Hey everybody, CashBaggins here, and Sloclap just dropped the first post-launch patch for REMATCH. This is patch 1.200.100. This video is your first look. We're going through the official patch notes word for word, so you'll get all the raw info immediately. If you're driving, at the gym, or just want to hear the changes while you multitask, this one's for you. Now, you know the deep dive is coming. My full analysis, breakdown, and that commitment tracking video will be done before the week's up. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're ready when it lands. All right, enough talk. Let's see what they changed. On to the patch notes. It's July 23rd, and 14 hours ago, Sloclap came out with patch number 1.200.100. Yes, this is our first major patch. Patch information, 1.200.100. July 23rd, 2025. Steam first, Xbox and PlayStation later the same day. Intro. Hi everyone, we're about to push the first patch to REMATCH. Compared to the hotfixes we did until now, which featured code changes to fix specific major issues, this contains many changes in all domains, which should all improve the game in different ways. Some significant, some which can seem more minor, but are nevertheless important. Please remember that some major priorities like netcode or crossplay are the work of specialists in their domains, gameplay replication, server infrastructure, user interface, and that we can't put all our resources on these topics to make them happen faster. That being said, we are making very good progress on these topics. More news soon. As mentioned in the dev update, there are still a number of issues we're aware of, which should be tackled either in the next hotfix or in the next patch, which should happen in a couple of weeks. These are listed below. If you experience recurrent issues related to gameplay, like every game or so, please let us know ideally via the feedback form or in the comments, specifying which platform, country, state, time of day. This helps a lot to pinpoint the issues and fix them faster. Also important to note, we're currently setting up test servers so that we can try out future patches and updates in a separate environment, especially those which impact the gameplay mechanics. This needs some work to make sure it's safe and solid, and that saves are properly managed between environments, but it will be available soon TM. If you haven't seen it yet, Friday's dev update lists the current priorities and the next steps. The next patch should be in 2 to 3 weeks, with a couple of hotfixes between this patch and the next one. We'll have another post to dive deeper in ranking/matchmaking soon, and another on core gameplay topics is also upcoming. Stay tuned. Matches/core gameplay improvements, major changes/updates, gamepad remapping. This first version is quite basic. It doesn't allow to create combinations of inputs, but we opted to allow players to start tinkering with mapping before offering a more advanced version soon. Better hit detection. Fixed an issue where the ball would be deflected instead of being caught by the goalkeeper in certain situations. The ball speed was not correctly evaluated to decide whether to catch or deflect. Note, some design tweaks to catch versus deflect parameters will also be coming soon. Improved goal validation when the ball is caught on the goal line. Decision making now uses a delay to check for potential deflect/catch and account for network variation before validating the goal. Other general netcode improvements. Major fixes. Multiple fixes to camera during goal replays and removing jitter. Fixes to hindering physical contacts between players. It should now be more efficient to body block opponents. Fixed end match screen skip function at last. Scoreboard can now be analyzed without going back to ranking screen automatically. Fixed pause menu toggle in any stage of match. Pause menu should be accessible at all times during matches. Fixed various crashes happening during post-goal sequence. Multiple animation improvements and fixes. New static tap animations. Polish on volley shoots animations. Polish on dive player animations. Polish on pushball animations. Minor animation improvements and fixes. Minor/miscellaneous fixes. Fixed an issue where goalkeepers were not reacting to opponents' collisions. Goalkeepers should now react to other players' physical presence the same way other players do. This does not change the rules of invulnerability against tackles. Fixed several issues with the physical and visual state of the ball inside menus and at matches kickoff. Shots deviated by an outfield player's defense mode now have a wider angle, except against goalkeeper or sweeper shots. On mouse and keyboard, when performing a tap, the camera control is given back a bit sooner than before. More news on mouse and keyboard tap aiming soon. Fixed an issue with ball camera lock while using mouse and keyboard where the camera would teleport back to the previous position when shooting. Fixed an issue where push ball would not keep last direction inputted when going quickly back to neutral. Increased communication/ball call cooldown from 0.8 seconds to 1 second to slightly decrease comm spam. Shots now trigger a rumble during the shoot preparation. Goal bursts are now stopped correctly after goal replay. Multiple VFX fixes and improvements during and after goal replay. Fixed pause menu footer display in match. Fixed missing move input in spectator mode. Fixed spectator icon on match live feed. Fixed ping icon's legibility. Switched to icon and background colors. Fixed opponent name tag and match stat screen. Color fixes. Display player number for opponents and scoreboard. Fixed scoreboard input actions display in footer. Audio update for the UI SFX of post-match screens. Update on the music integration during the start section of a match. Various audio update on animations. Fixed a bug where the music playing during the beginning of a match was not the expected one. Multiple environment and lighting improvements and fixes. Multiple minor fixes to tutorials and workshops. Menus and interface. Additions and updates. Colorblind mode. When activated, this option will change color selection for teams at match start, according to 3 main types of color blindness. In the next patch, this feature will be pushed further to apply a filter on the whole screen. Visual update of player progression screen, improved readability and UI feedback. Added voice channel parameter choice on custom match parameter screen, allowing to chat with all players. Added voice channel parameter choice on custom match parameter screen, allowing to chat with all players in the lobby, useful to train with friends on both teams. Additions and updates. Fixed ball indicator arrow orientation was not always following the ball. Fixed navigation focus and camera and customization menu. Fixed social panel navigation and display issues. Fixed some players in lobby are still in match. Pop-up cannot be displayed in same time as reconnect prompt. Miscellaneous fixes. Fixed options footer display. Fixed matchmaking research panel visibility. Fixed input action text leave lobby in custom match matchmaking. Fixed reconnect state being applied to players leaving a server after a ranked game was deemed incomplete. Fixed mouse navigation in custom match parameter screen. Fixed purchase pop-up toggle in customization menu. Fixed items, thumbnail, background, and store menu. Fixed focused state lost on clicking spin wheel buttons. Fixed press any key display in launch screen. Fixed ranked icons and player profile menu. Fixed custom keyboard mapping preset selection. Fixed keyboard custom profile input modifier option showing as enabled by default. Fixed reconnect pop-up overlay. Fixed missing status when a friend is in a custom match lobby on Xbox. Fixed warning message overlap. Fixed victory mood thumbnails display. Fixed player card customization screen display. Fixed currencies packs order. Fixed language options not being properly saved on first launch. Fixed user agreement not being translated in languages other than English. Fixed Xbox version missing rich presence when a friend is currently in a custom match lobby. Special skin now have an assigned voice. Various audio fix within the menus. Audio and voice language option settings are now correctly saved. Update on SFX for the tutorials and workshops. Multiple localization fixes and improvements in the options menu. Multiple UI fixes and improvements. Multiple fixes in tutorials. Lighting improvement in player profile menus. Art/rendering, additions and updates. Add detail mod for small actors on levels and VRs. Add new balls to Prologue. Ball Custo will be coming soon. Added crowd spawn/distribution textures for stadiums. Major fixes. Increase min LOD in low settings for customization menu. Fixed head sections. Fixed corrupted crosshair on certain actions. Fixed crowd LOD bias. Fixed UI material AA. UI textures improvement. Cast shadow, WPO, and VSM optimization on VR/stadium. Meshes, fixes, and optimization on levels. Optimize minimap and line textures. Minor fixes. Fixed material time period. Fixed accessories material on ponytail hairstyle. Fixed jelly tails and golden flyaways hairstyle materials. Fixed eyelashes materials. Fixed character textures compression settings. Update goal reaction behavior for smokes and flash flares. Playable intro lighting optimization. Forced LOD on certain sequences in playable intro. Cast shadow optimization on VRs. Minor material and math optimization. Minor update for eye material. Character parts disable cast shadow on specific parts. Known issues. During kickoff, the ball sometimes emits loud wind sounds until it gets kicked. Audio is abruptly cut cut when pressing a button during start screen. Tackles occurring right after a player controlled the ball may cause rollbacks for the tackling player. In some instances, a goalkeeper diving into another player controlling the ball will trigger the dive catch feedback without catching the ball. Consoles. Ball position may be desynced for some players after hitting a goalpost. Achievements unlocking issues are still present on all platforms. We are investigating. And that's it for the patch notes. Some really interesting stuff there, especially the changes to body blocking and how it works on goalies. I'll be interested to see how that plays out. I've already got a lot of thoughts brewing for my analysis video. My deep dive will be my very next video, so again, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the full breakdown. What's your first impression? Let me know your initial reaction to these changes down in the comments below. I read all of them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.